Give us pizza or give us death.
I love that guy. The New York City activist making one thing very clear. Don't come between New Yorkers and their pizza. A new city hall ruled cracking down on coal and wood-fired ovens has residents all fired up, and pizzeria owners like Paulie Giannone is fed up. He's the owner of Paulie Gee's in Brooklyn. Paulie, great to see you. Thank you for being here. By the way, I just want to tell folks, 9 of the top 50 pizzerias in the entire United States are located right here in New York City. So, I mean, this is one of the things that New York is famous for. I mean, it may be the greatest food item. It's like taking pasta away from Italians. Who's behind this? Do you know?
Well, there are people who feel that the air needs to be cleaner here, and it does. But I think the approach they're taking is killing a fly with a sledgehammer. I put in one of these devices because I thought I had to. I never.
How much did it cost?
About $20,000 all in.
20 grand.
20 grand, yeah, because we had to buy the unit. You have to pay for an engineer. I had to put it up on my roof. The engineer had to decide where it had to go, and yada yada yada. Electrician, plumber, and But I did this. Number one, my neighbors were being bothered by the smoke, and I didn't want that. I didn't want to spend 20 grand, but I did it. I was told that I had to do it by January 2020. Well, in this past week, I come to learn that I didn't need to do it, but I'm glad that I did because it's cleaning the smoke away from my neighbors. Okay, but right now they're having people do this. 20 grand is a lot more money today than it was pre-pandemic. They say this is going to be affecting 100 business owners. Believe me, none of those are conglomerates, big chains. They're all, a lot of these are, older pizzerias, especially coal oven. And, it's going to be more than 20 grand now, too.
And by the way, during the pandemic, people were killed during the pandemic, restaurateurs and as you say, particularly the smaller pizza parlors that are just completely independent. And they're just getting back on their feet, some of them. And to be hit with a $20,000 fee, I would imagine a lot are going to go out of business as a result of this.
Well, it's certainly going to be very difficult for them. And, they'll probably have to pass it on to their guests. And, there may be less guests because that is more expensive. I say, if this is an important issue to people, and obviously it is, okay, if it's that important, then it should be subsidized just as other things are subsidized. And perfect example is the New York City ferry. They want people to take the ferry. It's going to put less cars on the road, less emissions, right? Okay. Well, it costs $4 or so to take the ferry, okay? They did a study not that long ago, and it's over $10 a ride. Yeah. That's the expense rate.
But Paulie, New York, is running out of money. We've got this huge deficit. Of course, the immigrants that we're putting up at fancy hotels is a part of it, but I don't think New York has the money to do something like that. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but New York says that they're going broke. How would they pay for that?
Like they pay for everything else.
Well, a lot of the people who pay taxes are moving out, and that's part of the problem. I'm just wondering where all this is coming from. It's because the mayor is not particularly a big fan of this, but is it the city council seems to be going berserk with a lot of these rules?
Well, it started with de Blasio. That much I know.
He was the previous mayor. Yeah.
And there are people who feel that this is an important issue to them.
Yeah.
I mean, we have bicycles all over the place now, right. Many more than we really need. But it's just the mindset people have.
Yeah. A lot of them are electric, by the way, and they're running people down. They're going 30 miles an hour in the bike lane.
But people aren't
jump
using
onto
them.
The curb. I know. That's a whole nother story. Paulie, we wish you luck. You're going to survive, right? Your business
Certainly
will survive.
hope so. That's not up to me.
God bless you, Paulie. Thank you very much. We love your pizza. We love your pizza. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.